People, welcome to another edition of that thing that's up in frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, here at Bad Lad Dad HQ. Now, been a few weeks. There's a new tier in town, Royal Rumble 26. How are you getting on? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? What do you think of all the new modes? How have you been playing? What have you been doing with the new modes? What have you discovered in your little SuperCardy tippy-tappy adventures of interest? I'll tell you what I've discovered. I've discovered there's just too many cards. Too many cards, too much going on, and just can't keep up with it all. I think the advent of backstage isn't helping, because now, if you look there, at this precise moment, there's all these Royal Rumble cards that have appeared, which you can't get generally. And I'm just thinking, when you get a new tier out, remember the old days, the good old days. Let's hark on about the good old days. Look at that, another great start. I'll do Fiddy, just do Fiddy, and that's it. How back to the old days, and you get very few new tier cards to begin with. First few days you'd be scrabbling around trying to see what you could get. Now there's limited edition cards, special event cards, there's all sorts of cards dropping within a few days, and before you know it, ordinary tier cards, I'm not saying they're worthless, but you get to the point where it's nice to get the standard card. Look at that, I'm not doing any more of that business. That's been rubbish, really, that for me. I got through to a couple of finals and haven't won either of them. No surprise there, and no doubt it wants a large amount of credits for you to correct it. But having said that, I did get some Batistas out of it, so I can't complain too much. I have had some Batistas out of it. Let's just collect this. How are you doing with all these new modes in general? One thing that I have, 22 flip, let's skip results. One thing I have done is, or what I do like about these kind of events they put together, is when they bring out these old cards, it does give you a chance just to plug a few little gaps in the catalogue. Like Kevin Owens there, as you can see, RR21, 21, Jim Ladd. It's the only one that I don't seem to have as a pro. It's nice filling in some middle gaps, but that kind of brings me round to what I'm feeling about SuperCard now. Is it's not so much a competitive game anymore. Like King of the Ring, you're desperately in King of the Ring and pouring over every round and like trying to set yourself alarms so you make sure you got there to power up for the next round because you wanted to get tier cards. The rush to get tier cards now isn't so hot, and one of the main reasons for that, I'll go back to that in a second. One of the main reasons for that is I find that when you get into a new tier, that the absolute best way is to go into Boom. Not so much because of that, where you've got a bonus chance of getting one of the cards, but more so because when you're at the far end and you get onto the Infinity pack at the end, you're guaranteed a tier card. So if you just keep chaining Boom, you're going to get yourself a nice pro pretty damn quickly, PDQ, and then you're going to keep getting tier cards. So if we just go back to where my cards are in general, so there you go. Eric was kind of a bit of a default pro because I was one of the few people who was lucky enough to be logged in when they corrected the daily streak on Backstage, which of course not on Backstage, just the daily streak on the online shop, you know what I meant. So I managed to collect the Eric in time, and then of course they gave away a free Eric. So I got Pro Eric, a bit by default, but I'm not complaining. Batista, as I said, I've been fortunate there, and I've changed the image. I just love, I love the guys and gals with their championship belts. You can't beat those kind of images. And then Finn Balor, my lord, Finn Balor. Oh Lord, Finn Balor. I've changed his image very much to early Finn. Liked early Finn. Good image. He's a bit smiley these days. But I've certainly had a big smiley stage. I much prefer the freaky stage of Finn. And again, as you can see, as I've done with Broccoli Legions there, put in the championship belt card that we've got. So yeah, I've got to do kit. Obviously, I'm still trying to power him up. I mean, it's the other thing. You get so many cards so quickly that trying to get them all powered up in time is, and playing all the games. Some of them are, all right, what do you need to do there to get his variants up? I might have some variant cards. Yeah, I'll have a look. I hadn't checked to see if I'd got any of those, so that's him done. Did I check? I didn't check. Yeah, I did. Didn't need to bother checking. Brock's done. He's done. A lot of these I'm powering up just through playing Legends, which I have to say, I kind of finding that Legends, Leagues, I don't know, right words mix up today. I find playing Leagues is really the way ahead at the moment. I tend to start sort of late in the week. This is okay. It's just finding it a bit of a pain in the backside with some of them. What's this? Open a card pack. Time left 4 minutes. Oh, what's in the store? I had a look to see what's... oh, not that store. The main store. Is there any freebies? Too much to think there'd be a freebie, is there? What do you want to go back to that for? Does that count? Oh, I've got to watch an ad. If I do that, it'll kick it out of the recording that I'm doing. Oh, and if I do that, it'll take me onto the web. It's not. I'll tell you what I could do. Let's go on to not the fusion chamber. I'll come back to the fusion chamber. Let's go to the draft board. What if I do one of these? Come on. Does that count? Does that count as a pack? Don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to go back and have a look. Yeah, see, there's another special event card just been launched yesterday. I just can't keep up with it all. It's just getting too much of a bind. Back to play. Let's just see if that counted. No, it didn't count. Oh, brilliant. Oh, it does say card pack, in fairness. That's my own stupid fault, isn't it? I don't want to spend any credits, though. It takes ages storing these up. I don't want to be wasting them on something silly. I could just let it ride. I could just go, forget it. I'm only doing King of the Ring because I've got to start 10 King of the Rings as part of that. Part of that here. While I'm here, I might as well just power these up as well. So how are you going? How are you finding it? Do you even play King of the Ring anymore? Does anyone play King of the Ring anymore? Like I say, is there any point to playing King of the Ring anymore? I don't feel like we're playing a game as such anymore, not a competitive game. We're playing a card collecting game. It's just all about collecting the cards now, seeing how many of the cards you can get. And I must admit my own obsession has led to... There's two faults really. One, if there is a limited edition card, and move hell and high water to try and get one. And this is kind of more fun. Something that I'd ignored for a long time was all of these old legacy fusions. But I've actually listen how anal this is. I've actually gone to the trouble of going through every single tier that's here and then checking every card that you can still create, and then going back into my catalogue and seeing which ones I've still got a single of, and which ones I've pro'd, and which ones I still need. And I've got so far ahead at the moment that I am 5 pages in. Yeah. So we're just working on these WrestleMania 36 cards. But I could do with a few more tokens, getting a bit light on the tokens. I can't remember, well, you can probably see from here. So I've obviously had singles of all of these in the past, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see their images. But not all of them became pros, and of course I've not always kept some of these singles as we've moved on with the game over the years. I can't even remember how many, what did it say again? I can't remember how many years it was. It was WrestleMania 36. When was that? It's a while ago, wasn't it? So yeah, that's something else that I'm doing. But yeah, I just feel like all I'm doing is just creating extra ways of getting cards. I'm not actually competing. Playing leagues is all right, but to be honest, you could stick it on just about any mode there and walk away from it and let it play itself, and then come back and see if you won or not. So you're not really playing. And then the events themselves, we've been playing some of them for 10 years, haven't we? Like Ring Dommy Dim Dom. Been playing that for a long time. And I do get to the point as well where like this and Road to Glory is just, after you've gone through the first run, going through a second run to get heroic, life becomes too short. Life really does become too short. Is there anything else to collect from? There's nothing I can collect from here. Now, go on. Let's do this. I'm sure this makes absolutely no difference. I'm sure this is a complete waste of time, and I'm sure all this does is just delay the inevitable. But rather than just doing the quick spins, I like to just do like a little spin and then suddenly hit them and then go bang, big win, which obviously hasn't happened. But it's probably just by coincidence rather than any tactic. But I remember doing this. I was just arsing around, to be quite honest. I remember doing this a little while ago. Big win! Here you go. And just not spinning it properly. And I think I was actually trying to work out at what point is it going fast enough for it to actually start spinning automatically. You know, as you do in an idle moment. And I was playing it for about 20 minutes because it just kept giving me extra spins. It's obviously not going to feel like playing ball tonight, is it? I think I've been on the big win board once in all this time. There you go, there's 2 extra spins. The prizes tend to be on this pretty naff. There's something else as well. I haven't done Battle Pass yet. Have you gone in for the new Battle Pass? I've looked at it. I do love AJ, and to have her back in WWE is fantastic, and I would like the card. But I mean, you get to the end of that. By the time you get to the end of Battle Pass, the cards generally don't tend to be that powerful compared to some of the special event cards that have come out, or certainly the limited event cards that come out. And then you get to those packs at the end, which just keep recurring if you keep going over and over and over. And all I ever get is the lowest possible tier. I think it gives you like 4 or 5 cards, doesn't it? And all I ever seem to get is the absolute worst. Well, we're still going, still just gently plodding along. I mean, I suppose card-wise, there's just going to be a lot of fodder in here. Might be a few coins. See what I mean about these things start just collecting in, start landing a few just by doing this stupid. Maybe the reason why it feels like it plays longer is because I'm taking too long doing this numpty behaviour to try and get some kind of glitch in the machine. There we go. Yeah, no big wins this time, I'm afraid. No big wins right there. Oh, I went to the fusion chamber without name dropping Long John Silver and the Pirates. That's bad of me. That's bad of me. Right, okay. Let's have a look at the amazing prizes that I will have picked up here. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah. All much of a muchness. Well, what those? Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Shouldn't turn my nose up at that. I think that makes that a pro. Yeah, those old Royal Rumble cards, the historic Royal Rumble cards that we're burning up as we go along. And that must have been around the time when I did stop playing for about 10 months to a year. It's when the card pack designs came out. I just thought, no, I've had enough. Don't like those. Fed up with this game. And I walked away for a good 10 or 12 months. And it was a big difference when I came back because there was new modes, obviously new tiers. But I did notice it was a lot easier to get high up in the tiers. I've got some burning to do. Have I got some of these to power up? Trainables? Yeah, what have I got? Oh no, not the old ones. Not you lot. That's just big Paul Heyman, the man, the myth. Better just lock him down. Lock down, thank you. What was the other one? There was yeah, it's those Rumble 23 cards. So that must have been when I paused playing. Oh, hang on, I don't want to be burning all those off, do I? I want to be using those in the mode. As I told you, I didn't want you. Go away. I'm sure this is very exciting viewing, watching me do this. I'm sure you're thrilled by all this excitement of watching cards being eaten up by a bigger card. Let's just keep going. Right, there we go. As I say, I'm pretty sure that must be a pro now. Going for some combinables. See what I've got. Yeah, I've got some people to power up here, haven't I? Look, these boys have got to play their matches. Just play, non-stop play. And there's Big Paul, Mr. Heyman. Do you know what? I quite like do you remember that special card they gave with the younger Paul Heyman in? I quite liked that. I think what I'll do is I'll just go and change the image. A binder. Should we have a look in the binder? It's quite scary looking in the binder. I've got way too many cards in the binder. But it does give you an insight into some of the luck and then some of the weirdness that I've had going on. It's like, I don't think I'm ever going to get a card higher up than 6th. 6th in the world! Eddie G. That landed the day the tier landed. And you can imagine the excitement of a shiny card. Particularly shinies were quite a new concept then. I've had so many of these that I could have like one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner, and one for supper. They just, I don't know why they kept landing. Big Kev, that wasn't from an event as such, was it? I think he was a freebie from the board. I think that came off the board. In fact, I'm pretty sure he came off the executive draft board. Because I wasn't even expecting it. I hadn't read the preamble that there was going to be the special card that you could pull off the board, the rare draft board. So that was a complete shock when that landed. I'm pretty sure it was him. I was delighted to get Shiny Randy. Got RKO. Taker. I did have 2 takers, to be honest. I think a lot of people missed the fact that you could get 2 takers for doing the same thing during that event, and I deleted one anyway because I thought, well, you don't need more than 2. So yeah, what I've done is I've chucked all my the rare cards, the numbered cards at the start, and then I think then what I've done is I've gone into oh yeah, actually event cards. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Then I think it goes into then it's the booms. Got to do your booms. Get your booms in, and then season 1. I love this. I love this tier. I really did. That was the event card for WrestleMania. Yeah, I really like that. That's why I kept those cards and the fusions as well. I didn't get AJ Lee. That was so frustrating. I didn't even get a single AJ Lee. Like I mentioned, she was. Well, she still is. Now she's back. She still is one of my favourites. So I kept all those boys. And even classy Freddie Blassie. But yeah, no AJ. Never mind. So then I've got a few historic cards, and then there's just like general muck. General muck, just to keep me entertained and remember old times. Anyway, look, that was really quite a lot of waffle about not an awful lot, wasn't it? But it was just to say hello. Just to say I'm still here, still playing away. Like I say, I just feel like the combat elements just not there. You know, they've introduced new modes, which I was excited by at the start, and that quickly wore off. I don't mind playing Boom, so I particularly like chaining Boom when you're going to get tier cards come every 400,000 or 500,000 points. So that's quite good fun. But really, it's just a case of like, oh, what's the new cards? What's the new event card? How do you get the new event card? Are you going to have to spend credits? Are you going to have to spend credits to get a pro? Are you going to have to spend credits just to get one? It's just, credit. Grumpy. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're not grumping as much as I'm grumping. Until I see you next time, you stay cool.
People say to me all the time, hey Johnny Wrestling, what does it take to become a winner? To those people I say, try watching Bad Lad Dad's latest video. He'll show you just what it takes to become a WWE SuperCard champion.